Moving in, we're gonna have a rather interesting match here. This is gonna be the one of the two streams for me being streamed. Gonna have an interesting match between China and Ukraine. The teams only being apparently 8 seeds apart. Gonna be a rather interesting addition to see these teams brawl it out. I'm noticing though that they're going currently into their bans. We did kind of go a bit too far silenced, but that may change now. Gonna have Ukraine banning Strange Attractor HR1, which is the what's this? Yeah, like finger control. So finger control maps. Looking to be some of Ukraine's kryptonite. So hopefully good ban. Now China needs to ban, but seeing that their team has apparently gone, their captain going AWOL, no one exactly writing anything in chat. We might need to wait a little bit for that. Now, as for what China could go for, honestly, they are pretty well-rounded, so... And they go Noma too, the more streamy-focused map. Going to be kicked out from the pool with shades. It's unfortunate to see such a good song going out. But at least we'll have a blast with these other maps, and clearly a fine selection. Now I'm gonna need to wait for an even finer picking from the players in general. Now looking at China, for example, of what their first pick could be, it is complicated to really tell, as they could really go anything. Their nomads are pretty decent, maybe a bit lacking in the mechanics department, judging by their performance on number 3 and 4. Now hidden might be something that they're looking to avoid in the meantime. Maybe going something with higher AR, like for example one of the precision type picks, since that's still available. Maybe some BTs, it's really up to them, but I do think that they're gonna go something high AR. That's going to be in their fields today. Really no telling. However, they might want to pick into some of Ukraine's weaknesses, and they do seem to be quite equal. And yup, as predicted, they did indeed go high AR, DT3. Gonna be their finger control rail map. Midnight Stroller. Gonna be in the likes of Orbit 2 stars, so honestly looking at the other map seems to be the average star rating for this map here. Oh. Someone ate our picks. Rather good song too. This is a jammer, if we do say so. As for who is going to be on the rosters, that is yet to be decided, but looking to go on Team China for Maido Kazukazu Sagutsi? I think that's how it's pronounced, and the 3-wood. While on Ukraine, gonna be Sabrina Orlova, Extrisk, and Dimononon. Yep, there. Looking to be, honestly, one of the longest DTs that we do see. Now, DT3 does have the reputation for being the longer of the DTs in general, but that means it still is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Therefore, every slider break, every act mishap is unfortunately going to have a more significant impact on the score, more than not. Looking to start very soon. Good luck, have fun's being sent in chat. Now it's time to kick things off with the first pick of the match. Looking rather enthusiastic for the results. Now, a notable thing is only 3-wood and Zagunki really maintaining perfect accuracy from that first note. It is kind of an unpredictable. Demon on Extrisk struggling a little bit. Dropping this, I didn't notice, but going to give an early advantage to China, which honestly, this is their pick, so they are expected to be on the stronger side of things, but Ukraine still putting up a great fight. Sabrina Orlova maintaining very comfortable combo, along with everyone on Team Ukraine actually. They seem to be quite equalized in skill. Everyone's doing a really good job. So, props to everyone, especially seeing that these kind of matches between 18th, 10th can be considered equal or very unstable, but everyone's doing amazingly so far. Doing a great job on keeping their act intact. Their combos are very high up. Everything's amazing. Demonon though seeming to slider break, though that is. Although the impact on Ukraine side was tanked rather harshly, there could still be. Okay, that for the amount of time given, it might be very complicated that a comeback is in order, but still great performance. Look at Sabrina. Look at Extreak. Everyone on Team China though maintaining absolute pitch perfect combos. As expected, as they do seem to be high AR focused team, so we might see a lot more of that in the upcoming future. But very nicely played. Although the difference in score appears, there's still by the visual appearance a very close matchup. Only the 3 misses from Demonanon might be a little bit of a misstep. However, everyone has pushed it very close. 0 misses on all boards. Very, very good ratio of 50s and 100s and 300s. Oh yeah, it's 100s, 300s for the higher. Actually, the 50's not even being apparent, really. It's really good. Why does it say China 0? However, now going to be the next pick for Ukraine. What would I go for if I was Ukraine? We consult our Ukrainian professionals for that. However, ooh, FM. Going the. I'm guessing this is oh, this is mechanics. Mechanics hybrid? I'm not exactly sure if this follows into a anti-mod or friendly mod. Now we're gonna be quite interesting. Judging on the judging by the song playing, gonna look to have some tech, maybe? But the map is definitely going to be fast-paced. That is no lie. 8.3 plus someone. Oh wait, no, I read it wrong. Plus someone going hard rock. That's gonna be quite a challenge with the additional AR. But let's just say our players haven't adjusted. Gonna be slots for hidden, easy hidden, if anyone wants. Alrighty, comfortably starting. By the looks of it, does seem to be a little bit of a mix, really, between friendly mod, anti-mod, something like that in between. Trisk going hidden hard rock, and everyone maintaining an FC until that break. Really nicely played. Alex seems to want a spinner. Everyone's getting on. They're very comfortable. Ooh, the players on the top of your screens finding the first misses of the match, along with Alex following up. Might be a bullet. Might be quite a bullet to bite for Ukraine. However, this can still turn around. There's still plenty of time left. Let's see what direction this goes for. Gonna need their reading expertise, like we do see here. No, the spinner, Soleri noticeably dropping combo again. These sliders are interesting. Now, for everyone involved, there are quite high combos on the table. 2 max scores from China, and Ukraine is building them up. For now, there seems to be one that is an FC? I believe it was an FC, I didn't notice. Oh, now we did. Yikes. I'm sure he's seeming to get confused. And unfortunately misreading, but that doesn't mean that the fight is over yet. There's still a very small portion of the map left. Sabrina missing right at the beginning of the Ki. Ixtria is looking to falter a little bit. Winterbug. although giving the opportunity for Ukraine to open up for an attack, going to unfortunately being quite of a hardship for themselves. I don't wish to mention it, but look at that combo from Zaguki. Someone seems to be comfortable. No, that's definitely not a thing to look. That's definitely not a thing to look over. And they're still going. Everyone else also maintaining really consistent combos, very consistent timings. Ending it off with a blast. This one was definitely a sight for wary eyes. Extra risk. Noticing a S rank from Zaguki on the more interestingly skill-based map. A little more maybe to anti-mod would say. There were a lot of very uncomfortable streams then and there. A lot of it definitely seemed critical for the HR players, but Zaguki managing to pull off a really good score. And definitely credits to that. Zaguki even talking about easing free mod too. Would be a sight to see. Has anyone actually easied the free mods before? However, really good scores from both of teams involved. There were... Although it's unfortunate that this is the first breakpoint that we see in this matchup, there's still a chance for Ukraine to come back. They just need to grit their teeth and get the strength that they need to push back. Slider is very easy to break. Yeah, I did notice a few interesting slider velocities. Therefore, I mean, plus with the nature of the song in general, was pretty expected that it'd be confusing sliders, a bunch of streams, basically the average texture. But it couldn't be pushed too much, obviously, because it still needs to be played with mods, along with easy. And the going in the precision for China gonna be... How do I read this? Happy face. Happy face. Gonna have well, the average HR2 placement. Gonna be a very high CS. Well, not extremely, but it's still precision based, if you know what I mean. Along with some tapping. Dude, I am interested to see how this map fares in the playing stage. Could you please hit panic? It seems to be showing two of our players on Dunkirk maps, but just the average Boncho issue. I'm gonna start off with a blast. Zaguki finding one of the first drops, unfortunately. Alex trading it back, though. Although, Oh, Sabrina also dropping the max scores for Ukraine are currently at a depletion. Only Demoninum really holding on to that ledge. My Angel Kazuka Winter Bug going to be the stronger max scores of the match. But Zakuki really pushing on nicely, getting one of the best accuracies in the match concurrently. Sabrina and Alex seeming to struggle a little bit. However, it is understandable, as reading something such as precision takes a lot of work. Still needs a lot of work, even at your best stage. This is going on very nicely for both teams involved, although Ukraine did seem to fall back a little bit. They definitely performed nicely, although it's sadly a bit obvious that China is going into their strong suits, giving Ukraine a little bit of a bumpy road ahead of them. Amazing scores from everyone, in Winterbug and Saguki holding on to 2 S ranks. And Winterbug with a perfect. That is, wow. Very, very impressed, honestly. On all accounts. Everyone managing to hold on to really good accuracies, very good scores. Although accuracy could, their tapping could have a little bit of modifications. They're still doing an amazing job. Three to 0. China is already halfway there. Ukraine's going to need to get their game face on. Noticing a new player swapping in for Ukraine, WJR. I'm gonna call them Win Junior. Winterbug and Zakuki looking to stay in Team China. Team China's roster, well, 3 winners are gonna come back rather quickly. I'm gonna go no mod 1. Anticipating it's going to be a standardized aim consistency, aim flow. Basically the what you usually see in no mod 1 spot. Therefore, plus the stereotypical anime song. Gonna be 4 minutes and 27 seconds. There are a lot more room for mishaps, as it won't really matter in the long run. I mean, it will for your score, but it's not as critical as we would say on a 2-minute map, or very with WJR is a player for Team China. Did seem to move into the correct slot order. My apologies. Extrisk going to be hopping in for Ukraine A, so not really much changes that I've noticed to the roster. However, I'm gonna be starting off shortly. And yeah, basically the standardized aim flow, streamish kind of consistency that No Mod 1 has in the pools. It's definitely iconic for that reason, and I love No Mod 1s for that. Though, not much falter, noticing Demonon and Extrisk seeming to drop very early misses. However, It's only a small slice of the time pie. There's still time to air. Accuracy is being very nicely maintained. Not much to exactly note in the time being, except for the lead being extremely close compared to what we've seen in the other times, seeming that Ukraine is getting a little head start. Ooh, 3-wood missing? The lead is faltering rather abruptly. Oh, trade from Extremes, but that doesn't really matter. Oh, the lead is going to swap over to Ukraine's side now. Gonna need to hold on if they wish to taste the sweet taste of victory. Everyone's looking very nicely. Win Jr. though seemed to have a little bit of shaky aim. Ooh, Winterbug faltering as well from there. I'm pretty sure that was an FC too. Really unfortunate, but this map does seem to have a lot of those very unexpected timing slots, placements that you would expect to find misses in. The 3-wood slider break. Not being able to follow that return slider correctly, going to throw China back. Unfortunately, their max scores are completely depleted, except for Win Jr., who is still on the rise. It's not over yet, but Ukraine has the advantage, and they're looking to keep it that way as well. This is the hope that they were holding on to for so long into the match. Extresk unfortunately depleting his their max score. Apologies. The lead is strong. They are holding it with an iron grip. There's only a very small remainder into the map. Oh, that pause after the spinner is trippy. And what else can we say? The underdogs have prevailed. I'm going to sub in a point of their own. Ooh, 2 1000s on the board for Ukraine and 1 for China. That is quite a ratio, to say the least. Although Dumonon did seem to miss somewhere in the earlier stages of the map, they have still managed to regain their sense and push onto higher leagues. Going to be ban time? Guessing getting their hands on more bans. One more, but still some more bans. Now, what would I ban if I was either one of these teams? The first up is going to be China. I'm guessing that they cannot go what they already had banned, and either way it would be kind of a man move to really go into the HRs and exhaust the pool just by banning the finalized map. I don't think that they're gonna go HR though. They're not allowed to, and either way wouldn't be their ideal. As for what they could go, honestly, it's difficult to tell. Maybe they'd go hidden, judging by their performance in the qualifiers for hidden. It's very likely. They're gonna need some time to think about it though. And NWC25 going to be their band, Solitary Dream. Guessing that was the higher CS side of things. Rather unfortunate that we see Solitary Dream go, but that's the way it is. I think you swap those over. It was Ukraine that banned kind of something that kind of just that you find in free mods, but this is where the territory gets tough for our modded players here. Something shot by the news. I predict an FC from everyone on board. Oh, Saguki going to pick easy? Yeah, there we go! Seeing one of the... Wait a minute, no, that's... Am I blind? Yeah, no, that's easy. Saguki going into the easy territory. Well, Sabrina and Celery going into Hiddens. Winterbug and Extrisk taking Hard Rocks, and Extrisk once more going Hidden Hard Rock combo. Rather interesting when you pick a visual modification on top of CS5. Seems to be a preference in general. It's already balanced out as well, so Alexasha going no mod, and Saguki, very rare easy performance. They are locked in, everyone on board. Although Ukraine seemed to fall a bit behind. It is understandable why, judging by their performances in general on hidden. Wait a minute, let me check. Yeah, for example, their hidden performances, their HR is decent, but pushed into an anti-mod setting against your teammates that are a little more vigilant on this kind of stuff. Maybe challenge, but would you look at that? We have a reading god in here. Everyone else is stabilizing. Max score depletion from Sabrina. Alexasha as well. Seem to have a little bit of struggles on Ukraine's side. There's still a small portion of the map left. China definitely knows why they went down this route. My. Max score depletion, one of them down. Ukraine still rebuilding actively. Max score depletion from China. Only one is holding on, and that is our reading god. And there we have it! NFC along with the easy mode. Easy mod? Easy mode? I'm not sure what it's called. Modifications, right. I'm sorry. Going to see an FC from Saguki, though, just as they've mentioned, that is absolute insanity. To be able to pull off such a well orchestrated pick down into your match, where there's additional pressure from all factors, that is definitely something that is not going to be looked down upon. That is really, really, really impressive. Yeah, definitely props to China. Well deserved pick win there. The battle's not over yet. There's still a long way to go before it's even concluded there. Now it's time for Ukraine to think their picks through thoroughly. Noticing that the hiddens haven't been touched. Haven't even been looked at, actually. What could they go? Will they go with something with mechanics? As for what could have those more special mechanics in mind, maybe. Ooh, DT, surprisingly. Oh, that's apple cider. Gonna be our Biba Doobie song. Woo, Biba Doobie. Gonna be hopping in with. Let's see how many records it's broken. The second longest DT. DT consistency following a more hybrid kind of style to it. Standing to be one of the lowest BPMs in the DT slot. Even on its own, it's only 138, which pales in comparison to some of these maps. Maybe getting a little more equal when you look at the HR2, for example, but even with DT, they're still, the BPM is still falling behind there. So I'm doing max score, keeping that in mind. Lowest AR for a DT as well. Oh, looking to have a newcomer for Ukraine's team. Poslední. Nice to meet you, Poslední. Shake my hand. Feel like I've gone signalized in chat already. Solaris seem to stay on China. Actually, the roster's saying completely unmoved, as what I know. Although, oh yeah, Kazuha sweeping in for Bug. As for Ukraine, a newcomer is on the rise. A backwards one-sider, we'd love to see it. Panic? Panic. Please. Thank you. Yeah, that was Boncho. Oh, maybe a few things has happened. 2 max scores already depleted from Ukraine. Taking rather critical hits then and there with unequal stabilization on the streams. Larry going to fall behind a bit as well. Oh, Suzuki? This map, even despite its records for its BPM and known for being the lowest AR in the pool, looking to still have really trippy patterns. That's why they put the most beef in this one. A lot of streams, a lot of sliders, a lot of hectic movement in general. Gonna need very focused eyes on that, but Angel Kazuha looking to keep their eyes peeled. Sabrina going to rebuild that max score, but unfortunately falling back. Even Kazuha, complete max score depletion from all teams involved. That's quite a bullet to bite for everyone. Ooh, spin. While it was quite a bullet to bite for everyone involved for that rather unfortunate burst of missing at the end, still very, very nicely played. My Angel Kazuha building, I'm pretty sure the closest that there is to an FC, with Ikshrisk being the second closest, so definitely not something to shrug off. There are still clear attempts being made from both sides. Although China is at a match point, there is no stepping down from anyone involved. Everyone is doing their best, and that is all that matters. Oh. Yes! Letter to the Black World! They're looking to be rather disappointed by the mishap of having to pick into a hidden 2. Believe me, I'm distraught as well on their account. But it's such a good song that you can't just help but disperse that feeling of disappointment. Letter to the Black World. When you hear this, stop. Beep. Language, will you? Beep. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Gonna have some judging on the begin this killing me. Gonna have some linear reading overlaps with some like gimmick sprinkled in just for that extra flavor. For some extra meat on the bone. Kinda awkward aim, as Aguki says. Which I have seen this map somewhere. Wait, no, that was a catch tournament. In general, this has been quite a interesting pick anywhere that you've seen it, actually. Nothing can be seen so far. Please panic. Thank you. Yep, going in. With a little bit of buffer in mind. We just have to wait for Boncho's grandma legs. Beep. Honestly, the linear skill set can be quite visibly seen. Ukraine, though. Ukraine noticeably in the qualifier seemed to lack on lower ER hidden, which is really unfortunate. This is the final resort that China had to go to, even themselves apologizing. Although this is a tournament and it is kind of a survival of the fittest kind of situation, is that how you say it? It's still really unfortunate to see. It's so trusted that they have to apologize for it. Max score is depleted from all sides. No one exactly comfortable, no one uncomfortable. It's kind of just a it's a gray line that you can't exactly understand, but they're doing amazingly. Even despite the mishap of the pick. Oh wait, it's already over? I thought. Oh, 1 minute and 39 seconds. I thought that this map was way longer. That is a very quick and painless way to end things off. Really, really unfortunate that China did have to go into, I think, a mutually shared weak spot. Though they did have to falter, go a little more fair. China definitely did. I would say it was anticipated that they'd get the point, that they'd get the win due to the far away seeding of both teams involved. Although Ukraine put up an amazing fight. If their act was a little better built, they could have definitely taken this a lot closer, but unfortunately, even while Osu is Osu Standard is a more combo-based game, you still need that accuracy to get some extra points. As for the matchups, I'm gonna look at the bracket here. Where's the match? Oh, China's gonna be moving on further into the bracket. Who's that they're gonna face? Alpa? Who's that? Although, definitely quite a match to watch, and I'm glad that you all showed up to spectate this spectacle. Just of more amazing matches in the future. Though, did note that they want to go into a tiebreaker showcase. Are you still into that, or? Oh yeah, tiebreaker showcase going to be displayed for all this. As the players are describing, going to be a more difficult version of the Nomad 1 in this week's pool, with a little bit of speed added on. Just for a little more slapstick involved. And a longer Nomad 1. Yeah, that as well. That's a given, but it'd be a notable mention. Are they going to play it? Elton John's songs as well, so just another W on another W. Find one massive W. That's a higher caps W.
Dude, what you playing? Hello? Yo,
Yep, tiebreaker is going to be played, except that's not tiebreaker, I think.
Hello? Yo.
Are players looking to play some Mania? Seeming that they want a little pause before the showcase, though. Oh wait, why did it swap to Malaysian Indo? Did you press anything in the bracket? Well, seems that we're having some technical difficulties involved. Map doesn't seem to want to really apply. Trick's not showing on turn. Oh, yikes. Well, unfortunately, then that showcase may be limited to certain audiences that have connections to the players. So, rather it's unfortunate to see. We will see a real tiebreaker soon. TM. Thank you all for hopping in, and that is my goodbye then.
Click the circles
Oh wait.
to the beat.
Oh.
Circles.
The show hope is lost. GG. Alrighty then. See you all around. Bye bye.